a week ago on Friday. It was the Calvin Coolidge Awards put on by Conduit for Commerce. We told you about them. There's a great write-up about it up at conduitnews.com. You can check it out. Calvin Coolidge lives at CFC Awards Banquet is the headline. But there's a new award given. We talked to State Representative Josh Miller. We talked to him last week about his receiving of the Linda Collins Legislator of the Year Award. There was also one other person that got the award as well, State Representative John Payton, and he joins us now via phone. John, how are you this morning?
Doing great. Good morning, Paul. Appreciate you doing what you do.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. So I just want to talk a little bit about not just the Linda Collins Award. We'll get to that here in a minute, but all of the awards that you got. You got a lot, okay? You got the 2019 Conduit for Commerce Calvin Coolidge Arkansas Hero Award. Then you also were recognized because you've gotten, been on that list every year you've served. And so, I mean, you just kind of talk a little bit about those two awards.
Well, it's nice, sometimes voting conservative doesn't put you in a very popular clique. And so I really appreciate Conduit and what they do. And, it's nice to have a little recognition from somewhere. But, when I'm reading legislation and deciding how I'm going to vote on it and things like that, I don't know what they're going to be grading or what's going to be on the list. But obviously, if you have conservative principles, in the end, it's going to line up with Conduit, And so I'm proud that I've been on their list or at the top of their list every term and every session, and it was great. It was just great to be there and for them to recognize what we do.
Well, and like you said, the votes speak for themselves. It's just the fact that, from an economic freedom standpoint, John, you just tend to vote very much like that economic freedom filter. If it grows government, if it increases dependency on government, if it spends money we don't have, it's a really good defense mechanism about whether or not you're going to support a piece of legislation. Now, you also got another Coolidge Award because of your car tax bill. What can you tell us about that, and where might that go? Because it didn't get out of committee on the Senate side, but where might it go maybe the next session?
Well, it's of course one of the bills that's closest to my heart. I think it's important for struggling families that we give them some tax relief when they purchase a used automobile that taxes has already been collected, 2 or 3 or 4 times or more every time it sells. But it came under their classification in these awards as a freedom bill. And, I'm all for reducing government, getting them out of our pocket, getting them out of our business as much as possible. And going back to the independent freedom that our founders envisioned whenever they, built this country. And so I'm still 110% intending to file that bill, get it through. But I was visiting with Senator Kent Garner, and I don't know, I guess it's about a month ago. And so we decided that it's going to be best if he files it in the Senate and gets it through the Senate first. We had 87 co-sponsors in the House.
Yep.
And we got it through the House with only one no vote. And then it gets to the Senate, and because the governor and the head of the Senate and the chair of the Revenue and Tax Committee over there opposed it, they were able to stop it. And I had enough votes in that committee committed to vote for it to get it passed. I just couldn't get them to the meeting. And so Senator Garner's going to carry the bill and file it on the Senate side and get it through the Senate first. He's already started, publicizing it, working on it. And
I saw that, and it's going to be a bigger exemption too than what you had initially put in the bill, right?
That's our intention. I filed it for $7,500 last time. This time it's $10,000.
So the wall just got 10 feet higher. That's what you're telling me.
Right. Well, here's the thing. It had a net revenue hit of about $12 million when I filed it, and they squealed like a pig under the gate and said there wasn't enough money in the budget. But since then, we've had a $295 million surplus. So I think that justifies going up to $10,000 for sure.
Absolutely, it does. We're talking with State Representative John Payton. He was at the Calvin Coolidge Awards, I guess, over a week ago now. And so then you also were given this award, the Linda Collins Legislator of the Year Award, Promises Kept. What was it like receiving an award like that, sir?
Well, of course, my district bordered what Linda Collins Smith's district was, and she was from the Batesville area, and I live 30 miles from Batesville, and so we were pretty close. And after I got elected in my first term, I met Linda and found out who she was, and she was a firebrand and full of energy and working hard and ready to elect more conservative. And so she organized an event along with Conduit where we would, go across the northeast tier counties and campaign for some candidates in your area.
Yeah, I remember that.
We all met in Batesville. We had an event in Batesville with Linda.
Yep.
And then came with us, and we all traveled over to Jonesboro and Paragould. And there was about a half a dozen conservatives that we helped get elected. And so from the first, from that event on, I've been very close to Linda. It's just heartbreaking what happened, but she definitely embodied the idea of promises kept. A lot of people like to bring up the fact that she had been a Democrat for years, or the first term she ran as a Democrat, and she switched parties. But I'll tell you this: when she switched parties, she totally represented our platform, the Republican platform, and conservative ideals, and she kept those promises. I mean, when she switched parties, she kept the promises. She was as pro-life as anybody I ever met. Yeah. And for her life to have been dubbed out the way it was, it's just tragic. Yeah. So it really was great to get an award with her name on it. And they definitely, calling that award the promises kept. I mean, that's what she was.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, absolutely. Well, John, I really appreciate you coming on, sir, spending some time with us this morning. It's always great to talk to you, always great to have you on, and keep up the great work. And I look forward to, I know everybody looks forward to having that used car tax bill put in there. And, maybe eventually we won't even tax a used vehicle at all on sales tax because it's already been paid.
Wouldn't that be something? But I'll tell you, it's never too early to start putting pressure on the governor's office and whoever your elected reps are, senators and representatives, and tell them you want that car tax bill passed. So
all right.
We appreciate all the help we can get.
All right. State Representative John Payton, sir, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Oh, see you later.
All righty.